city hall, which they got surrounded by a 10-foot wall. They got some tacos and some matzos and some funny-looking kind of fish. It's raw and sits on rice, and the waitress says it's quite a dish. Abe says, whoa, and Aggie says, what? You can have exactly what you want, Abe, but I'm craving for some goat meat that's been boiled in its mother's milk. Abe thinks about it for a little while, then he says, you know, now Aggie, that's not my style. You can have your grape leaves, lamb, and figs that you shouldn't eat, the meat of the pigs. Then Aggie says to Abe, how's that son of yours? Me, I gots to go off and fight in some wars. Now I don't want to cause nobody no strife. It ain't my fault my brother's got a slutty wife. So Abe says to Aggie, yeah, I know what you mean. I hear your harbor's turning into quite the scene. You got a lot of guys and you got a lot of boats, but you're gonna need some wind to make 'em float. Aggie smiled a smile as if to say, yeah, I know, there's gotta be a way to make it blow. He turns and says, could you ask your God with no name? I'd tell you who he is, but then I'd get the blame. If it's gods you want, I got a couple of dozen. Seems to me like there's each one's cousin, always feuding and a fussin' and a fightin' and such. Does it do me any good? Well, not much. This out. That do-nothing got a mind, thought I had too much doubt. He told me I had to go and sacrifice my son if I believed in him and thought he was the one. He didn't promise me no great reward. It's not like I had to run off and fight in some war. Like Soren said, I didn't know how it would turn out. All I could do was stand there and shake my fist and shout. Then Abe, he continued as he took a seat. He said a little prayer, then it was time to eat. You got a daughter named Iphigenia who's cute as a pup. Maybe her and Isaac, we should hook 'em up. But I don't think the future, that's how it'll turn out. There's a lot here at stake for you to fret about. All I had to do was kill some mangy goat. Your God's gonna tell you gotta slit her throat. By this time, Abe, he was on a roll. He looked at his pal Aggie, saw into his soul. Old Zeus, he's gonna tell you that you can't wait, but for Yahweh, yeah, it was just a test of faith. My God, he told me to hold back that blow. But your God's gonna tell you her blood's gotta flow. Now them furies, yeah, they'll be hovering around. Just make sure you gag her so she can't call him down. That's some heavy shit, Aggie, he replied. I'd best check with Artemis, cause he don't lie. The bus leaves for Argos at 8:45. Abe said, what's the rush? We got plenty of time. One thing I can do is give you some advice. You're gonna win this thing, but for a price. You're free to listen or leave it. It's your choice, of course. But next time I see you, let me tell you about a horse.